everybody. Happy Thirsty Thursday. Thanks for tuning in to today's Jam Happy Hour. And today we've got two very talented, very unique, and just out of this world artists, musicians, and they go by the names Jale and Jesse, aka Royal Jelly Jive. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Hi, hey.
And you're just like right around the corner for me because you're over in Sonoma, you were saying?
That's right.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have to get you hopefully soon over to the tasting room. We'll pour all the delicious wines for
That
you.
would be lovely.
It's so fun.
But in the meantime, I'm so happy we have this opportunity and option in terms of the virtual concert. So thank you for tuning in and joining us today and providing us with the musical entertainment. I'm excited to see what you got.
Our pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Okay, so what are we going to start with today? First song.
Just the greatest song ever written in the American Songbook.
Yes.
We hope you agree.
Toxic by Britney Spears.
Hashtag free Britney.
Hashtag free Britney.
Hashtag free Britney.
Yes.
Yes.
Cheers to that. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Woo. All right.
Baby, can't you see I'm calling? A guy like you should wear a warning. It's dangerous. I am falling. There's no escape to give you earth. I need it, baby, give me earth. Ooh, I love in it. I can't come down, losing words, spinning round and round and round and round. Do you feel me now? Oh, the taste of your lips, I'm on a ride. You're toxic, I'm slipping under the taste of your lips. I am on a ride. I'm slipping under. Don't you know that you're toxic? Ooh, don't you know that you're toxic? It's getting late to give you earth. I took a sip of your devil curve. It's dangerous. I am losing it. Ooh. Too high, can't come down. I'm losing my spinning round and round and round. I'm spinning round. Can you feel me now? Oh, the taste of your lips, I am on a ride. You're toxic, I am slipping under the taste of your lips. It's a poison paradise. I'm addicted to you, don't you know that you're toxic? Intoxicate me now. Yeah, I'm ready now. Intoxicate me now. I think I'm ready now. I said, with the taste of your lips, I am on a ride. You're toxic. I'm slipping under the taste of your poison paradise. Ooh, baby, don't you know it? You're toxic.
Woo! Thank you very much. Got Jesse and Jale, everybody. Oh, yeah, they can't hear me.
Okay, we're back.
Perfect. So that was Toxic, everybody. If you don't know that song, then I don't even know what to tell you. You got to go look it up right now. But you just heard an amazing version of that song, and I know we're going to be hearing some originals later on today too, which I'm very excited for. But before we get into more music, I wanted to rewind to the very beginning and the start of what you now call Royal Jelly Jive. And did it originate in the Boom Boom Room in San Francisco? Okay.
You did your research, did all of your homeworks.
No, okay, I want to know, what exactly happened and how it all came together that fateful night.
It was messy. It was saucy and funky.
And sweaty.
Sweaty.
Love it.
No, it's the classic time at the Boom Boom Room, right?
It was like a residency that we just ended up playing with this group of musicians, kind of like whoever was available, and it was the first time each one of these people all came together, and we had the horns and we had a B3 organ and just drums and upright bass, and Lauren was just it was almost like, let's just have an experiment and see what happens. And it was so much fun. It blew up. All these cool ideas and songs happened, and then we started playing there every month for the first year of this band, I think, and that's what solidified the first album, and
a good incubation,
just the whole vibe was on stage,
stuff.
We were really born together, just playing, and it was pretty special. And we were both we're in a relation, we're engaged now, which we got during quarantine, but we weren't even together. I was just playing the organ and she was singing, and
we were falling in love.
Yeah, it was pretty magical
no, it
for
was
us.
great.
So.
A quarantine engagement.
A quarantine engagement,
yeah. But that, those were days, all the growing pains kind of happened. Well, a lot of them happened there. And we had, that residency was just a stage and the perfect, I'd say an incubation. It was just the moment we all got to just jive, and jelly was made. It's kind of just, it happened out of there. And we found the right players and the right people stuck, and kind of found our sound out of there, and
it's
started
a funky
building
place. It's a special place. It's definitely one of San Francisco's little hidden gems.
Yeah.
I
would say it's one of the coolest, most fine establishments that San Francisco has to offer, and it's right by the Fillmore.
Yeah,
it's just
classic. It's classic, and you get that spillover after the Fillmore shows. So we had audiences for the first time after they just saw someone crate next door, and then they'd come over end of the night,
and then we got to play the Fillmore and walk over there and be like, "We're big dogs now."
Pull that red rope, let me get in there. You don't know who we are. I'm just kidding. No, but it was fun. It was fun, kind of growing up there. And kind of finding our...
San Francisco's such a magical city. There's a lot of little spots like Boom Boom that were just so cool. And most of them have closed down, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like Amnesia and certain areas that we just played we played so many shows all over. There wasn't even a question. We were just gigging all the time. So we missed it.
Yeah.
But.
Well, hopefully once everything begins reopening and venues and festivals are taking place once again, then maybe we'll have a bunch of rich people realize they miss concerts too, and then maybe reopen these old venues that had to shut down. That's the goal.
That would be nice.
So you guys have been spreading the jelly, so to speak, over the past 8 years, I want to say. 8 or so years?
It's kind of been it's been 7.
It's not 7
since we got to since it became this thing where we started touring. At first you're just playing at San Francisco show. It's a little casual. You're in lots of bands, and it's it's started to form. But then when we got a first album and we just hit the road touring, that's been 7 years of straight touring pretty much. And 1 year of that is 2020. But we kind of didn't stop every weekend for a really long time. So this last quarantine was the first time we've ever gardened, took in showers, just normal life. But
being with family on a Sunday, that was unheard of for years. Missed all the baby showers and all the little things that your families get together on the weekends. So it has been nice to be able to have just more of a connection with our families being home. So.
I feel like that's the silver lining of all this, is everyone's kind of had to pause and reflect and take a step back at their busy lives, and it's been chaos in a way, but through the chaos, I think a lot of people have been able to actually appreciate people and interactions, especially with kind of isolating ourselves from one another and just appreciating the little times that you get to talk to and just have that quality time, even if it's over FaceTime or Zoom. Just kind of being able to pause and reflect, I think, has been that silver lining. Now, okay, so back, 7 years ago, did you ever envision that you'd get to have any feedback from the Roots? Because I know that ended up taking place for you, which is so cool. Dope.
We certainly hope so. Oh, sorry, I pulled your. We've always had big dreams and aspired. You know what I love about Jesse is his heroes talk to him in his dreams and give him advice. It's just such a cool thing. Yeah. But for that to happen in the real life, and I've always been like, that's so great. Like he's always had them. It's always been a realistic. It's just there for us. But I've just never known that we would get there, and it's really such a.
Well, they're just people too. Everyone's just like a musician or an actor or whatever. That's just also. Yeah, but like, to share a stage is just they're such an honor. We love them. I mean, all the members are unique and amazing, and like even their horn players playing with Amy Winehouse and learning the stories, and we got to just basically get all the secrets and just kind of like the fact that they just like we wrote a song for Sharon Jones and they were played with Sharon Jones, and so we gave them our albums and they just like really appreciated it. And it's just like, if you love something and that when it gives back, it's such a special thing. But we would keep doing it no matter what. But they're like kind of one of our favorite live bands of all time. I mean, there's like nothing that has hip hop and horns and things that
I mean, basically, we're just picking their brains. Like, tell us about Amy Winehouse. Tell us what it's like to work with Sharon, and that's kind of like that's it. It's like that's what's so great about all of us musicians. We're all connected to this like burning fire or magic that whatever it is, and you never know who is like really gonna come out on top, and it's really not about that. It's just about these moments of like creating really good music. So to be able to so when we played that Roots show and we're talking to the trumpet player about being in the studio with Amy, like that experience, like even having that knowledge and being able to like have a little bit more of a just being able to witness the magic is just so cool. So we feel really blessed to even have conversations with
Napa, baby. It's all Napa.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, obviously, you are your own person. You have your own style that's so unique and amazing. But if I were to compare, like, just the vivacious nature of your vocals, I would have to compare you to Amy Winehouse. So, and that
means so much to me.
I love Amy, so I love your music, and I'm excited to hear more. But in the meantime, real quick before we head into a couple more songs, everyone who's watching, tuned in, if you need to replenish your wine supply, if you're sipping at home, you can go over to the links posted below, jamcellars.com/buy. If you're in the local Bay Area or planning on coming to Napa, our tasting room is open, and you can come check us out. There it is, right down there. Nice. And then... in the meantime, while you're sipping and listening, if you end up feeling a little tipsy by the end of today's show, or at any point, you can venture over to the virtual tip jar, the Venmo at Lauren pronunciation, please.
Bielda.
Bielda. We don't even know.
It's like Bjorn.
Yes, thank you. Okay. And drop a buck or two. This is our amazing version of a concert right now. So thank you to the two of you.
Thank you so
much.
And
then if you want to just take it away, do a couple songs.
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. So here's a little jelly for you. This is the first song off our last album, Limited Preserve number 3. Fresh batch jelly. stay up all night. But when I blew you're out of sight. Babe, I'm not so bad, but you're not so good. Still, I'd have you if I difficult thing keeps coming back like a boomerang. I am down river, you're swimming upstream. Oh baby, come on back to me. Why don't you try to flatter me? Yeah, like a roses ain't a thing. I'm not so bad, but baby, you're no good. I'd have you if I could. I'm not so bad, ooh, but you're no good. Still, I'd have you if I could.
We'll go right into number 2.
Oh, yeah. We're gonna go right into another song.
This is Moonshade, Written Under the Stars. Quarantine.
We're out here in the Valley of the Moon in Sonoma, and we've been so inspired being home during this pandemic and off the road. We're finally seeing the rhythms above us of the stars, watching them rise and fall every day and night. And so this song is called Moonshade. The universe looks back at me and I can see everything in her ageless eyes. She speaks to me and it feels so nice. Out in the meadow under the stars. She speaks to me and it feels so nice. under the stars. Out in the meadow, under the stars. Out in the meadow, under the stars.
Woo! Yeah.
Thank you.
Hold up.
All right. So, what we just heard, everybody, if you want to keep yourself updated for when that is officially released to the public, then you got to go over to royaljellyjive.com, and there's a newsletter that you can enlist yourself in by just, I think, entering your name and email, and you can keep yourself updated. But you can also go on Facebook or Instagram and follow at the Royal Jelly Jive, I think is what you said, is the Instagram handle.
Yeah.
And because you are working on some solo stuff and actually founding a record label, right?
Yes. Yes, Moonshade Records, right here in the Valley of the Moon.
That is so exciting.
Oh, our hearts are just pouring. We're flooded with music, and so we just need to find a good way to get it out to people.
Yeah.
Every full moon for indefinitely we'll be releasing a new video and song, so it's going to be a really fun challenge for us to keep it up.
And where are we doing that?
When are we doing it?
Where?
Where?
Yeah.
Virtually. From the
Maybe-
moon. From the moon. We're going to deliver it from the moon.
From the moon. You heard it here.
Well, if the moon is made of cheese, like they say, then you just got to take some Jam Cellars wine with you, and it'll be the perfect
nice.
pairing.
Yes.
You are a professional at this.
Oh, that is good.
Now, are the two of you going to do anything to commemorate the 2-year anniversary, which is coming up, of the Limited Preserve number 3 release? Because I think that was like May of 2019 that came out.
Yeah. We dropped it when we were playing Bottle Rock, the day we played Bottle Rock.
We did. That's right. We dropped
that's
it.
so
with all-
cool.
But yeah, no, we haven't thought it. We still have a few extra special jelly jars that we've saved because we were releasing the album with a download code and a
Well, there are a few more of the limited
available
preserved jellies,
actually.
which is actually an organic, delicious apricot lavender jelly.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it's divine. It's my favorite. And so you can
sounds so
buy
good.
an 8-ounce jar of jelly with the download of the album, Limited Preserve number 3. There's only a few jars left, and we're selling them on our website.
Yeah, so it's like a combo
royaljellyjive.com.
pack?
Yeah.
So they get exactly. Well, if you see, do we have a picture? If you see, the album cover is actually a picture of the jelly jar. So we're selling that jelly jar with the download. These days, people aren't buying as many CDs. Cars aren't being made with CD players.
Right.
And so we were just trying to come up with a creative way for people to get their hands on our music.
It's got ingredients on the
So-
back that are like all of our band members' like hidden secret nicknames and stuff like that. Like it's a fun little.
7% Dinsneb.
We also have match boxes too. I mean, we're just like we're making toothbrushes. I don't know what we're gonna do. We're just gonna
But Limited Preserve, what
Yeah.
are we going to do? We're going to spread it on some delicious toast. Maybe I'll bake a loaf, a fresh loaf.
And then we'll just
We'll
jam
spread
all
it.
day.
We'll play the record.
Drink some
We'll
Jam
be
Cellars.
drinking. I was just going to say, we'll definitely be drinking our favorite Jam Cellars wine.
We were gonna call ourselves Royal Jelly Jam Sellers, but we decided to just do Royal Jelly.
We felt like you might
Royal Jam
mind.
Sellers Jive.
The name was taken.
So if you're watching at home right now, to everyone who's tuned in, you can access their jelly through their website. You said a couple jars left? All right.
Couple jars left.
Get
Yeah.
that apricot lavender stuff and then spread it on some toast. Or you can also, or do both, get our jam and toast wines.
There you go.
And those
Jam
can
and
be
toast?
accessed at jamsellers.com/buy.
There
We
you
deliver, and you can also use the wine finder. So you just type in your zip code and then it
Nice.
shows you where to buy it.
You make it easy. That's so great.
So, okay, I'm curious because I know that, Lauren, that you have been playing guitar for quite some time now, right? Was that self-taught?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was.
What was the inspiration behind it? Like, what made you pick up a guitar one day and keep going?
You know, singer-songwriter songs. It was the piano for me. Just to
Okay.
want to go there in second grade. I was begging my family for piano lessons. I really wanted piano. And then it was clarinet, and then it was saxophone, and then it was guitar. So it was high
Okay.
school, and I have to say a lot of my guitar playing and singer-songwriter, the beginning of that is a real profession. Happened. It was about like cute boys and hanging, just like chess for me. It was about hanging out with the cool kids and stuff like that. You know, and I think there were some kids that were like playing guitar, and I got a guitar, and you know, you learn
Heck
Blackbird, and you're flirting, and
But you started to write so many songs and like got all these cool jazz chords that like when we met, like I didn't know.
I kind
of learned like in San Francisco just playing with a bunch of people who showed her all these different good like
Yeah.
she would learn something from each person on guitar.
I
so it
picked
was
up
like,
my tricks from like the
Yeah.
cats in the city, and yeah, it's pretty good because
I love it.
I love it. Like I'm a minor 6 chord is just you know my magic wand. Anyway, but yeah, I think a lot of it was a social thing for guitar
Yeah.
playing, and just guitar is such a thing. You sing. It's like you want to sing along. You want to jam with people. It's where my piano playing or clarinet playing or whatever was like I'm reading the music, and it was a more personal connection with myself and the instrument. Guitar really opened it up to be a social thing,
Right.
to sing with someone else. Hey, what's this chord? Show this. And it really like for me, music was always the passion, but I didn't know that was my whole life and where I wanted to be
Right.
until probably guitar and that social aspect of just hanging and jamming with
Right.
people. So
And, okay, was this a fever dream? Or when I was researching, I could have sworn that I was reading that you, like, would take pianos apart. And, like, I don't remember exactly what I read, but it was something like that. Did I imagine this?
no, you didn't.
Oh,
you
thank
didn't.
God.
I've taken quite a few pianos apart. I love the mechanisms. They're just brilliant. I know if you can even see our pianos open right now.
Wow.
But I did my
That's
undergrad in sculpture and in conceptual information art. I was really tinkering and disassembling instruments and putting them back together in all different crazy ways. And there's an amazing inventor called Trimpin, Trimpin. If you guys haven't heard of him, look him up. There's an amazing documentary called The Sound of Invention. And he's this German engineer, sound composer, and he really got me inspired to use electromechanical devices and program them to make music and sound. So I was really interested in this technology meets instrument experimental sort of avant-garde world. And I'm really glad I met the band at about that time. And so, but so I was doing I did a whole like weather balloon powered organ with Trimpin, where we had like a MIDI keyboard and we programmed it so it would open and close these valves. You know when you hit like a Coke machine, the button lets liquid flow. It works for air too. So we hooked up basically an 18-foot weather balloon as our air source, and we had all these whistles and cool sound makers that we could play with the MIDI thing, and we had like zip ties and motors on the piano beds. It was just so fun because like
That's so cool.
music is just about rhythm and a good melody and feeling it, right? And we have so many Western instruments. Like it's like, okay, learn to play the violin or cello or piano, but there are other ways to make sounds, and so it's really fun to just get lost and play with what you've got in a new way. So
That is so cool.
yes, I've taken part pianos.
Wow. I think you're the first person to ever utilize a weather balloon to create that sort of sound. That's freaking awesome. Love it.
Well, thank you. It's out there somewhere online. You can find it. My weather balloon powered organ. It's called. You might find it if you look that up. So.
And if they're wanting to find like other videos, you also are planning on releasing some Beyonce sort of style things, if I'm not mistaken.
Gosh, she's my hero. Yes, we're so inspired by her. But my solo album will be released as a video album, and it's just a bouquet of love and roses for everybody, and it'll be a visual visual album too.
Love
so
it.
that's coming out soon.
So if you're watching, make sure, as I mentioned earlier, if you're just now joining us, make sure that you venture over to their site, which is royaljellyjive.com, and you can subscribe to the email newsletter. But then in addition to that, if you want to keep yourself updated as these new things begin getting released over the course of the next however long, then you can go over to @the Royal Jelly Jive on Instagram, or go over to Facebook and find the Royal Jelly Jive page and follow and like those pages, and then you can keep yourself updated. And then whatever your preferred streaming platform is, whether it be Apple Music or Spotify, I think, are you on Bandcamp too? Yeah, then you can find their
All of
music
it.
there.
Yeah.
Sweet. All right, well, speaking of music, you want to hop right back into another
Sure.
song?
Sounds good.
We'd love
Cool.
to.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Sam Jam. It's the Sam Jam.
The
Some
Sam
jam.
Jam Hour.
Maybe we should do a Amy Winehouse song because
Okay.
of the compliment, of the sweet compliment.
We'll do an Amy Winehouse.
Love
you
it.
Remember No Good? You want to do some No Good?
You want to do No Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, we can do No Good.
we can do Valerie.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Yeah.
Or which one?
Yeah.
Valerie or No Good?
Let's do No Good.
Okay, we got it. We made up our minds. Here we go. Meet you downstairs in the bar. Your rolled up sleeves and your skull t-shirt. Said, what did you do with him today? And sniffed me out like I was taken away. 'Cause you're my fella, my guy. And me are Stella and fly. By the time I'm out the door, you tear me down like Roger Moore. I cheated myself like I knew. Yes, I would. I told you, I was trouble. But you know that I'm no good. Upstairs in bed with my ex-boy. He's in a place, but I can't get joy. I'm thinking of you, in the final throes. This is when my buzzer goes. Oh, you say chips and pita. Yeah, there'll be none of him no more. I say I'm married, oh baby, for sure. I cried for you on the kitchen floor. I cheated myself like I knew, I knew I would. I told you, that I was trouble. Yes, I know that I'm no good. Yes. Oh, no, I know. Yes, I told you I was trouble. As you know that I'm no good.
Gotta love some good old Amy. Thank you. Royal Jelly Jive. This is Jessie and Jaleh.
Jelly.
Jesse and Jelly. In the flesh.
At the Sam Jam.
In the flesh at the Sam Jam.
The Sam Jam. If you're watching, thanks for tuning in. Check out what we've linked below in terms of where to find the music and the updates on new music that'll be put out by Royal Jelly Jive, but also under an upcoming record label, Moonshade Records. So stay tuned.
First people to know is you guys.
Okay, did you guys know that I think it was when she was like 14 or 15, Amy's first tattoo was like on her back of Betty Boop?
Oh,
Nice.
no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's good.
I like used to really love all the Betty Boop like vintage just collector's items. I would go antiquing with my mom, and I would always want that stuff with her little sassy look that she had.
She's
So,
sassy. Uh-huh.
do you, either
so
of you have any tattoos?
We're actually getting one. When right before COVID, she gave me a gift certificate of a tattoo parlor that expires in a year, so it like forces you to get one. Because we've always like been on tour and like almost gotten
We
one
keep
in
almost
so many
getting
places.
them, but
But
don't know.
but COVID hit. But we're now like on our way. We're figuring it out. We're either getting power birds. She might get a chicken.
I'm getting a rooster.
We have,
I just decided.
You're getting a rooster, not a
Yeah.
hen. You think?
No, the rooster.
The roosters. We got roosters in our backyard right now, who are very feisty.
They're intense.
So it's just like a super sick rooster tat right here, and maybe I'll get like, I don't know, a picture of just like a picture of Barack Obama, just Barack Obama's face,
like
just
that.
proudly. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Have you listened to Barack Obama? I think the past 2 years he's put out like his summer playlist.
Oh yeah, he's always
No,
he's
have
always
you?
like got like the
Oh
great
my
taste.
gosh.
Like he doesn't leave a bad thing out. Like
No.
I feel like he's.
I didn't
And
know he had
it's
that
fun to
playlist.
listen to because you'll listen to the whole thing through and you're just like, Obama has just sat and listened to all these songs and
Yeah.
just been vibing to it. It's
Yeah.
kind of
That's
funny.
so cool.
He's got some
I know.
Beyonce on there.
Yeah,
Really?
Beyonce always
Yeah.
makes the list. She always
heck
makes
yeah.
the list.
Him and Michelle, such a power
So
couple.
cool.
So sick.
Aren't they?
And you guys are a power couple. And
How dare you? How
Ew.
dare you compliment us?
no,
Take
okay.
it back.
Like, isn't it crazy that like everything worked out so well, not just for your
Yeah.
career, but like for you as a couple and a duo in general? Like, if you
It's
hadn't met,
crazy.
everything would be different in so many ways.
Yeah.
It couldn't have worked out. I mean, the hardest thing about being a musician is like you have to leave your person at home usually when you're on the road, but we get to be together all the time and like have literally barely spent a weekend apart in these 7 years. So it's been like in a van, in a small, on the floor, in a hotel room. Like we
Been
roughed
intense.
it, both of us together. and it-
Pandemic was a
I, like,
breeze.
I
We're like,
couldn't
oh,
have-
finally time to stretch out.
But like, I don't know if we could have survived like this long without each other.
Without
Like, I
each-
just
yeah.
feel like somehow, and some people, I get it. You need space, you need time away from your partner. But for us, like, we always are thinking about what do we want to do next, or what songs are we writing, or what should we do with Royal Jelly, and
Yeah.
so we kind of like or the gears are always turning, which is like really fun, and it's hard to shut it off sometimes. It's like one of us might be like, I just want to like actually Netflix and chill right now. Be
Yeah.
like, but we gotta get the song done in the videos
Yeah.
and.
That's right. Our dream is always like right in front of us. We're always like, we feel so lucky because you don't always get that with your workmates, where you care so much about not letting them down that
Right.
you'll go the extra mile. You'll stay up. You'll do the crazy thing. You'll go beyond what's necessary. So you don't want to let the other person down. And so sharing that dream and like, we're just so lucky. It's such a jackpot. We're just so lucky. I don't know. We just wrote a song. So there's a song on my solo album called Lucky Star. And it's just like this idea of like, we're all kind of scrap metal. We're all just like this awesome piece of brass or something that was just like, was great for a moment. And then like the world changes. And then to find somebody that like sees your value and it's just so nice. It's just so nice. And I think we all have that. We all like are valuable for each other and the world. And to see that, I just feel so lucky that someone sees that in me. Because I feel like a piece of junk.
Yeah, totally. Wow.
Which I love junk. I'm a scavenger.
Me
But,
too.
you know, you got to find someone that understands you. Your properties of material. How to dust you off. How to polish.
One person's trash is another person's
Yeah.
treasure.
It
So you just
is.
have to find the person that
is.
treasures you.
And
So,
love
did
Because
you-
you're not trash.
Did
Yes,
you? And
yank
is
trash.
that you? Did you make that quote up? You're so
She's
wise,
so wise.
Sam. You are so wise.
I wish I had made that up. No.
Love is
I don't know.
junkyard.
It was probably a woman who made that quote up, though.
Yeah.
I don't think a man would
It's
have.
probably you.
Okay, but that brings me to one more point before we get into some more music. Like, for the two of you, because obviously you, in different ways, I'm sure, balance work together and bring both ideas to the table, and then same with your relationship. But like, in terms of your career creative process, how do you kind of blend it together and do this sort of potluck of different inspirations and ideas?
I feel like Lauren wakes up really early in the morning, and a lot of ideas come from her in the morning, and then a lot of ideas for me come in the middle of the night, or like when I'm editing or mixing or something late at night. So we kind of have this like cycle where whenever we can like line up the schedule, things like really, it's like two people at once going 100%, but also balancing it so that I know that she needs her time to do, to also just like, not even just in a musical way, like there's so many things to do and be creative in this time here. It's like, I really feel like it's been introspective. I feel like that's one of our secrets, is that like we're not all hitting it all at once, but we're in, like, you need two rooms. If you're gonna do, like, one person can be in the piano, by the piano playing, the other person can be on a laptop doing emails, but like having just the space of two rooms has been good. We have a studio in our backyard, so like sometimes
Nice.
she'll be there just playing drums, and or I'll be in there, and we kind of trade off. And I think that's one thing that we do. We know when we need to give each other like creative moments. It's hard because we get ideas like all the time. So sometimes it's like, do we need to just not chase it down, or
Right.
do we need to stop what we're doing
Sometimes
and
just record
the
a voice
song,
memo.
or else we'll never get the song.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
sometimes songs, they have like a
True.
very short shelf life if you don't go after them, and so a lot of the songs on her solo album were like just jams that we were like, oh, press record, boom, and then something magical came out, and we were really lucky. And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, so
Those two rooms too. I feel like sometimes it's necessary to have all the ideas happening at once in one room and like collab and talk out loud, but sometimes it's like just gonna make things worse, and you're not gonna get
Yeah.
anything done because you're
Yeah.
like bouncing off of the two ideas and going
Yeah.
back and forth, and sometimes you just need that like isolation and ability to kind of absorb your own mindset
Exactly.
and your own thought process. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I like it. I like the backyard studio concept too.
yeah.
You know, just being outdoors sometimes
Yeah.
can help with inspiration too.
Definitely.
Love it.
Who said it? Sherlock Holmes, who said he has a mind palace? Or was it Dr.
Yeah.
Who's the guy with the cape?
Doctor Strange.
Doctor
Dr. Strange. He's a mind palace.
Love that. Yeah.
And I really loved that concept. I guess
Mm-hmm.
he didn't make it up, but you have this like, he's like, I'm in my mind palace. Am I thinking, is it Sherlock or is
No,
it
it's
Doctor
Dr.
Strange?
Strange, yeah.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it's Doctor
They're
Strange.
kind of like,
yeah.
Same actor. It's Benedict Cumberbatch.
is that why I'm mixing them
Yeah,
up? Oh,
so-
okay. Same guy. Doctor Strange is Sherlock, you guys.
Oh my god.
Pick up on the clues. But the mind palace, so like when I was just thinking about that, like our inspiration will happen like the spark together a lot, and then we need to separate to follow through with our strengths. Where like I'll leave him in the studio to
Right.
produce like all night, and he's just like adding bass line. I wake up to a masterpiece, but then I need to go into my mind palace to write the lyrics and to really think about it. And if I
Yeah.
can't close out everything, I can't give like 100% to that material. So I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of that, like the conception, conceiving the idea together, but then going and doing our own sort of gestation
Yeah.
process.
I think that sounds like the perfect
Yes.
balance. It's
Yes.
great.
Mind palace.
Okay, I could talk to you guys for like hours. I feel like you're very intellectual and very interesting people to discuss things with. But more music is what I say.
Okay.
Let's get into, maybe let's do 2 songs and then we'll chat for a few and then do that final one.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.
To the Mind Palace.
To the Mind Palace.
To the mind palace. I'm just trying to keep on saying, yes, I feel it every day. I don't know how to come first, darling, you are the best. This is one thing that I know, you are so beautiful. You're beautiful. Yes, it's one thing that I know. You are so beautiful. And I know it from the rain, 'cause it makes me feel the same every time I look your way. Yes, I know the meaning of it, all the while that I love, 'cause I know the reason why I just try to fly. You are so beautiful. It's one thing that I know, you are so beautiful. Wait for you after dark, darling, you are my spark. Yes, it's one thing that I know, you are so beautiful. Darling, come back to my life, 'cause I need your precious life. You're so beautiful. Yes, it's one thing that I know, you are so beautiful. You're beautiful.
Right, yeah.
You are beautiful.
You're beautiful.
You are beautiful.
You are.
You are.
You're very, very beautiful.
When marimba rhythms start to play, dance with me, won't you sway my way? Like the lazy ocean hugs the shore, dance with me, sway me more. Like a flower bending in the breeze, dance with me, won't you sway with ease? Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. Other dancers may be on the floor, but my eyes only see you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Come on, baby, now sway me now. Hold me close, sway me more. Other dancers may be on the floor, but my eyes only see you. Only you have that magic technique. When we sway, I go weak. I can hear the sound of violins long before it begins. Come on, sway me like you know how. Sway me close, sway me now. Won't you come down? Sway me now.
Lovely cover of Sway, everybody. And now I'm wondering, when you were kind of making your own impact on that version you just played of Sway, were you going off of like the 1953 version, like the original OG, or like the Dean Martin, which was later on, or Frank, or Michael Bublé? Because it's been taken over by so many different people.
Yeah.
So
Such a classic. Is that Rosemary Clooney, or who's on that 50s one? Is it or some?
I know it was like the Mexican composer Pablo Ruiz, I think.
Yeah.
But I want to say, did Dean Martin take it over, and then him and Frank Sinatra kind of did their own thing? I don't know.
There's a female singer.
There's a female singer.
Maybe it's Doris Day. It's Doris Day or Rosemary. It's one of
what.
those old school 50s singers who's I think some of those songs like that one and perhaps, and all those classic like 50s, 60s like loungy, like really sexy, beautiful songs are some of our favorite music, some of our favorite recordings.
Yeah.
They're just so classic, the production and just like, Fever. Fever's
What
a
was
song we
that
play a
album?
lot that we love.
Jesse's dad had like an album of jazz female singers back in the day, and I feel like this album just totally made a stamp on all his songs, the arrangements. I mean, it had like the boot song. It had the boot song. Boots are made for walking. What else was on
Why
it?
did I know what you were talking about?
Okay,
Just
the
the
boot
boot song.
song.
I knew exactly what you meant.
The one I sing all
Cry
the
Me-
time, the
Cry Me
Nancy
a River,
Sinatra song,
Bang
Cry
Bang,
Me a
Cry Me a
River,
River.
Bang Bang. Just
Bang
these
Bang.
like kind of like saucy lady hits.
Yeah.
And I think wasn't Sway on that compilation?
Must have been,
Yeah.
And it's just such a good tune. It's also like when we play it with like a hip hop beat and like the full band and stuff with the horns, it's like it's still a really good song, even that it's so old. Like it's funky. Like you can make it, your own. Like that's what's so cool. Like with songs is like sometimes we might just make the song minor if it was a major song, or slow it down or speed it up, or just like give your own stamp on your cover and not just try and cover someone else's cover, but like see if you can bring something new to the table. So we kind of take that challenge a lot and see, or like cover a song that nobody would normally think about, or like we do Mary J. Blige. Like, we do, like, a Mary J. Blige
Family Affair
cover.
Or
but
we do this, Star Wars medley. It starts with, like, the cantina kind of thing, but ends up with, like, Emperor Strike, bum, 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 ba-da. But when you it's nice when you hear things that are orchestral, and then you're hearing it through, like, our trombone and Barry sax, and it has this super brassy, more... soulful kind of sound where you're just squeezing it out of the brass.
Right. Well, I feel like you bring everything to the table in this amazing, like, banquet, if you will, of different styles that is all your own. But if I were to, like, think of a type of party or something that your music would fit in most at, it would probably be, like, your modern 2020 style of a Gatsby party, because you have the retro influences for sure, but then you have your modern twist on it. So maybe in the future we're still 9 more years of the 20s and do some sort of Gatsby themed venue or event, and that'd be super cool.
Definitely.
Well, we did the New Year. We started 2020 off up at the Jam Cellars Ballroom for New Year's Eve, and we were like, it's gonna be the Roaring 20s. It's amazing and blah blah blah. And it was a great show. It was awesome. And then, but we're feeling it. We love that old school style, and we play. She has some speakeasy costumes, and like we get hired for those kind of prohibition events, and like we always love it and have the best time, because there's no better thing than to dress really nicely and like play music and maybe have some nice wine. Like you feel like an old school gangster or something.
Yes.
Like you feel classy and it's nice. So
I think a flapper dress looks amazing on anyone. I think that is just an amazing style of dress. I love it.
So great, and it just moves. Like it's so fun.
Yes, it's just your dancing dress. Like you put it on and you want to dance. It's sparkly.
Exactly. I think that's it. That's it too. Is like it just the idea of these events. You dress up. Everyone dresses up. It just elevates the moment. And everybody needs that. It's like especially in winter too. It's just to like elevate our vibe. So to dress up and to get all fancy and feel good and want to move. It's just so good.
Yes.
So good for us.
I'm a big Halloween fan, so I love when there's a costume party that's at a different time of the year because it's like you get another Halloween almost.
Totally.
That's true.
Okay, well, as we approach the hour mark, I want to make sure we get this last finale song. We might go a minute or two over, but that's okay. And if you're watching, thank you for joining us. We're going to close out with one more song, but make sure you check out all the links provided below that we've been posting over the course of this past hour or so. And you can find our wines and, of course, Jale and Jesse's music.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Good to talk to you.
Sam Jam Hour.
Yeah.
Love it.
We'll be back tomorrow. No. Thank you. Woo! All right. Also, some old fashioned. Mm-hmm. Old fashioned vaccine. Anything to say?
Mm-mm. This one goes out to the people and our unity.
Go get that vaccination.
Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. 'Cause it's good enough for me. Well, it was good enough for my man here. It was good enough for my mama. Ooh, it was good enough for my dear papa. So it must be good enough for me. Now give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. 'Cause it's good enough for me. Yes, I'm tired of staying cooped up. I'm tired of staying cooped up. Yes, I'm ready to give the whole world all my love. It must be good enough for me. Yes, I miss the people. I miss all the people. I'm ready to get down on town with the people. It's good enough for me. Now give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Yes, it's good enough for me. Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Give me that old-fashioned vaccine. Won't you give me that old-fashioned vaccine? Because the world, oh yes, the world, oh, the world is almost ready. Woo!
Thank you so much. It's been Royal Jelly Jive, and keep your eyes peeled if you're still tuned in for the upcoming Moonshade Records releases.
Woo-hoo!
Super stoked. And maybe we'll even have like live in-person shows at that point when all that stuff's released. And then we'll bring you over here. You're just, right over there in Sonoma. But if not, we'll do another virtual show and have you on with your new stuff. And just keep yourselves posted, everybody. Follow them on Instagram, Facebook. Check them out on your preferred platform where you stream your music from. And, of course, check out the Jam Cellars products at all the links that are posted below. And if you're feeling tipsy, as we almost have made it to the weekend one more day, then go on over to Venmo. And it's let's see if I can do it, at Lauren BLD.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's the best it's ever sounded.
No one's ever said it, but it's true.
Thank you so much, you guys. Cheers.
Thanks for having us,
Thank you.
Sam.
Cheers.
Thanks, Jam Cellars. We love you.